being a Minnesota Vikings fan is hard. It's very difficult, but even after you taste success, there will always be the critics, there will always be the haters and the losers, and even some Vikings fans who are always negative, always self-loathing. They're just like, it's one game. It's just one game. Don't overreact to one game. Where the Vikings at home, US Bank Stadium, took care of Aaron Rodgers, shut down the Packers, all that good stuff. The offense is feeling fine and looking fine and doing the damn thing. Kirk Cousins wasn't a liability. Kevin O'Connell looked like the next Wunderkind. You're good to go. But yes, all the haters and the losers and some negative Vikings fans were like, hey, don't overreact to one game. One game does not a season make. All that stuff. And then you get to week 2. And the stupid Philadelphia Eagles, yes, whatever. The Vikings laid an egg in Philly, as they're wont to do. The defense was ass. Thank you. Kirk Cousins threw a bunch of interceptions in the second half, although he was certainly not the issue. Yeah. Either way, it was just one of those no-call, no-shows game. But, all of the same people. If it's a Venn diagram, it's a perfect circle. They're like, oh, the Vikings, same old sorry-ass Vikings. Oh, here we go again. You'll never win any games or a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins. You need to get rid of him. Get rid of Dalvin Cook. The defense is garbage. They need everyone to retire or be traded. Kevin O'Connell is a fraud. Fraudulent. Whatever. But what happened to it's just one game? What happened to that logic? It's almost like you were just disregarding all the positive things about the Vikings just so you could wait until there were some negative things, and they'd be like, aha, I am right. I am correcto. Just the biasness, the cognitive dissonance, everything involved there. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. Now, yes, we are guilty of that to a degree, the other direction, certainly. But, I mean, why do we watch sports? Sports is supposed to be the toy department. It's supposed to be the fun little distraction from everyday life. And why do you actively watch sports to be miserable? I don't get it, man. I really don't understand it. But like I've said a bunch of times before, fandom is like a snowflake. Everyone is different, and everyone watches sports and cheers for the team in a different way. And no way is right, no way is wrong. But I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. But the Vikings, the best 1-1 team in National Football League history, nailed it. They technically lead the NFC North, even though every single team is 1-1, because they have the best in-division record because they're 1-0. Remember, they're one up on the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers. Packers are 1-1 division. Lions haven't had a division game left yet, and the Bears are 0-1 in said division. So the Vikings, they got the inside track, man. Plus, you got the Lions week 3 at home. You got the Bears week 5 at home. So, I mean, the Vikings, it's a long season, man. It's an absolutely long season. And also, if you just juxtapose the Packers and the Eagles game, say the Vikings opened up week 1 at Philly and then played the Packers week 2, you would have a much different feeling about this team, even though it's the same damn team. It's the same team. It's the same dream. You just flip-flop what happened week 1, week 2. But either way, I'm still fired up about this team and the offense. So Kevin O'Connell, the game plan wasn't great. It wasn't executed well. 4 3-and-outs in the first half, and then Kirk Cousins was playing catch-up ball in the second half, which was not great. It was not great. But the offensive line, I thought looked fine in the Green Bay game, as well as the first half against the Eagles. Second half, they fell apart once the Vikings become one-dimensional, and it was pass. And Jefferson is still that dude. He's still the best wide receiver in the National Football League. But we need to see more from guys like Adam Thielen and KJ Osborne and Dalvin Cook, as well as Irv Smith. Even though, yes, he was the only guy to put points on the board against the Eagles, just dropping that 63-yard touchdown, as well as a couple of key third downs where he couldn't get separation. Super frustrating, man. And then defensively, I mean, there's too much talent and too much money up front to be this bad against the run. And the Lions are coming in, one of the best teams on the ground in the National Football League. It's going to be a big-time test because what do you do when you're on the road? You run the ball, you string along long-ass drives, you keep your defense rested on the sideline. That's how you take the crowd out of it. I mean, that's what the game plan should have been against the Eagles, but the Vikings foobarred that one. But they got to get it together in the front seven. They got to get the pass rush more consistent, as well as that secondary. I don't know why they're playing 8, 9, 10 yards off of all the Philly receivers. It just ridiculous, redonkulous, man. But this team is too talented to just roll over and die. That's why I'm still hopeful about the rest of the way here, because I think the Vikings can still get to the bye 5-1. I mean, the Saints game is going to be tough, even at a neutral site. I think the Vikings can hold serve at home against the Lions and the Bears. Oh my. At Dolphins, that one's going to be spicy, especially since Tua is starting to emerge. Yeah, especially given he's got Tyreek and Jalen Waddle now, man. But hey, keep Skull alive. Like we said. I mean, just because it's very fashionable, it's like, oh, if I'm negative, that just means I'm intellectual. No. Nonsense, man. I understand that us always looking at the sunny side of life, the glass is half full, preferably purple whiskey. Actually, do they make that? Kind of gross. But yeah, I fully understand that not every single fan is the same, but baby, we got Stu again. Baby, we can still get something going. The Eagles game was an anomaly. Was it a bump in the road, or is it what it's going to be? It ain't what it's going to be. Absolutely not. So the Vikings come back home. They rally the troops. Kevin O'Connell on the short week gets this team ready to rock and roll. You're back at home. Bum, bum. Skull back in front of the Purple Faithful. They get it done in division. And then guess what? 3-0. What you know in division. That's a great start to the season. And then, yes, later on in the year, you're at the Packers. You're at the Bears. Oh, my. Week 17, week 18, respectively. Don't care. Vikings will have the division sewed up by then. Do you truly believe that what the Packers look like against the Bears, do you really believe that's what they are, as opposed to what they look like week 1 against the Vikings? Nah. Bring it on. But your thoughts are our thoughts. It's just one game. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull, production value.